Well, welcome back, everybody, to Hidden Treasure. And I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about the art of detachment. And you don't want to miss this. This is going to be a good one.
That's
All right, welcome back. So today we're talking about the art of the detachment, and I'm going to give credit to my daughter Bailey. She kind of came up with this phrase, but it kind of makes sense where we are in this world, and really kind of the busyness we have in our lives, going, 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 and we're constantly being bombarded with different messaging. Uh, you know, um, from social media, from the news, radio. There's just a lot of stimulus coming our way.
Yes, there is every day,
Right.
all day long.
And I say being bombarded. I mean, there's, you know, I can remember when the first cable news network came out, CNN, and we had 24/7 news, and hey, that was really cool. So you knew what was going on,
Mhm.
but it can be overkill at times, right? I mean, there's just a lot of stuff out there. So
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the internet. People get caught up in what they call it, scrolling, or what is it when you're going through just looking at it? There's some name for that.
yeah,
But anyway, what they want you to keep going through it. Um,
point and clicking
yeah,
and
I'm
deep
not sure what.
and and
I know they got it.
and deep diving. And hey, and a lot of that is entertainment for us, right? It brings us pleasure and stuff that we enjoy. Uh,
Some of it.
yeah, but it can be overdone, right? And so the art of detachment is just simply about disconnecting from things that maybe are creating negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and trying to gravitate toward those good things that will bring positive thoughts, feelings, and
Right.
emotions.
And
And
also detaching from noise,
that's right,
getting in some silence. If you look at some of the greatest teachers in the world, in fact, the one that's most famous, being the good teacher, spent a lot of quiet time by himself.
right.
And every day started that way.
Well, that's a great point. And so
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you. So we haven't really told Jimmy's story yet, but we are. And but Jimmy detached and actually went and spent a week up in the mountains by himself, just him and God. And so
In the
can
silence.
yep. And can you
No,
talk about that a little
but
bit?
the bottom line was I just went up there and I decided I was going to spend the week alone in the silence. No TV, no internet, no phone, no contact with the world. Just me. Wife was out of the country and kids are grown, so I didn't have to.
Right.
And so that was the first time in my life, and the only time really, because the other times I've been alone, I've checked in with the wife each day, So, but that week for 5 full days, I had no contact with anything, nobody in the world. I don't know what happened in this world, but it went on just fine without me.
That well,
That was amazing.
yeah.
I
That's a
thought I
good
was more
point.
important.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, it was a lot of just silence. And some people say, "Well, didn't you get bored?" No, not really, because I cooked. I had a grill. I grilled out, and I built fires, and I walked, and I did a lot of talking and stuff to God, and just asking and pondering things. And but I spent a lot of time in just with the whole week in silence, and it was very therapeutic, and it was so good that I've gone back quite a few times in the last. I guess that's almost 18 years ago,
Right.
and I've done it more, quite a couple times a year. But recommend anyone if you get the opportunity, or you can take a vac. My wife and I have gone together. We just don't do a lot of time. We don't turn on the TV. We don't just taking a break from the noise of the world. Internet, TV. You can go with your spouse and still do the same thing. You can have an interaction with them a little bit, but
Right.
you still spend that quiet time during the day. You'll take an hour or two. Is what we've done, and
Yeah.
it was very nice.
Well, that's a good point. And when you take trips like that, I know we enjoy the mountains. We love the beach and the coast too. And walking out on the beach and talking to God.
Hmm. That's a good
And
way to do it.
yeah, I mean, it lifts you up. You just feel good. I mean, your soul responds to that. The spirit inside you.
Hmm.
And so doing more of that. I would say leads to better quality of life, healthy thinking, healthy
Healthy.
lifestyle.
Yeah, good thinking. Is just positive thinking. Just trying to avoid the negative. Be careful what you listen to on the radio. In fact, I'll turn it off sometimes and just ride around for 5, 10 minutes in the silence. And
Right.
I don't leave it off,
Hmm.
but I take some time to just stop the noise.
Right.
If you can take 5 minutes, it's pretty therapeutic.
And now, we're 2023, getting ready to be 2024 in an election year, and I'll tell you, I was that guy. I was glued to the TV in years past,
Yep.
and at night it would be hard for me to kind of wind down because I was glued to all the judgment, the criticism, the negativity, and guess what? It's ramping up again, and you're going to start seeing commercial after commercial where somebody's slamming somebody else, and that stuff is not
It's
good.
it's
It
it's endless, really.
it wasn't
And
it wasn't good for me, and I cut it
we
out. I
also
cut it
take
out.
sides with it,
Yeah.
and then we're listening to what one side says and
Mm.
against the other. And one of the beautiful things about as you evolve your consciousness, as I like to call it, and get into that place where you have more peace, joy, love, and light, and I'm talking about light, L-I-G-H-T. Sometimes people think I'm saying something different, but you know, it helps you to see that taking sides is not healthy, especially if it just makes you angry or
Mm.
gets you, because we're all in this together, and I'm not getting into politics, but here's the bottom line: whether no matter what party you are, we're still Americans.
Right.
That's the bottom line,
Right.
and we don't have to hate each other. Where I hear that a lot, there's
We're
people that
Yeah.
hate the other party, or the other person that believes something different.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be that conflict. I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but you're not going to find what we're talking about if you continue to harbor ill feelings and hatred and resentment and grudges against other people just because they see it different than you.
Right. So when you do detach, that's another thing about the
Mm-hmm.
light is you realize, hey, we are all connected. We have certainly much more in common in
Ourselves.
with ourselves than we do differences.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you're able to look at folks. And we talked about this on earlier episode. That's how you can see the innocence in people and realize, hey, you know, they're not bad people. They're just people. We have a video out there about being open-minded
Mm-hmm.
and or open-mindedness. And so part of being connected to the light is there's going to be things you're going to see differently. And some of it will blow your mind, but it will bring you a sense of peace. And another thing about detachment is you could say time slows down, but that's maybe not the best way to put it. You're in the present when you detach.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking about the future. You're not living in the past. And I know growing up when I was a kid, summers seemed like they lasted forever. They
Yeah.
they weren't 2 or 3 months like they are today. Weekends lasted forever. I
It took
mean,
forever to have a birthday
yeah.
or
So
Christmas.
so I think as children we were already practicing the art of detachment
Well,
before we knew what it was, right?
right. It just came natural.
Yeah.
No one teaches a kid how to be
Yeah.
detached. They just do it, and
Right.
they're just into the moment.
Right.
If we're out there, remember we'd be playing with our little bulldozers and little those things that dig
I
and
I had
load
I
dirt
had
up.
action figures,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you're just so caught up in it.
Hmm.
Playing in the sandbox,
Hmm.
climbing a tree, building a tree fort,
Yeah.
whatever, flying a kite. So those are the kind of things that you're just when you're detached, you can get a little bit more clarity.
Right.
Your mind will just take you all over the place, and
Right.
that's why there's people that practice mindfulness, and they're people that meditate, and that's why they're doing it to slow the mind down
Hmm.
because all our minds are pretty busy. And not only is it us thinking a lot, but we got a lot of noise coming into it. What you were talking about earlier, with TV and everything. So,
Right.
what we're just encouraging you to do is be more mindful of your mind and what's going into it, what you're thinking, and work on slowing it down. That's where the practice comes in, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of push away from the negative. If it's, yeah, I mean, if you feel your blood pressure going up, then
Right.
that's probably a sign. If you feel like you're getting caught up in things that are upsetting you and you can't control in many ways, it's probably a good moment to push away. But at the same point, gravitate toward those things that make you feel good, that makes your
Hmm.
soul feel good, the light, the hidden treasure inside you, and
And
you will start to see some changes.
right.
Well, we're going to wrap this one up. Come back to you, hopefully here on another fun video. But if you like what you're hearing, hit like, and if you'd like to see more of these videos, please hit subscribe and comment. If you'd like to share some comments with us, we'd love to hear back from you.
We just encourage you to try to connect to that, what we call the light within, the hidden treasure that will just calm you down and make life a little bit more tolerable and fun. You'll be happier.
Amen.
So we appreciate you tuning in. And as always, peace, joy, love, and light be with everyone always.
Yep, we love you. We'll see you next time, and I hope you have a great day.